Morning, guys. It's like right at 7 o'clock, right before 7 o'clock. September 12th, 2021. I've been up since about 5 till 6. You know, 20 years ago today, I was like 17 when 9/11 happened. 38. And September 12th was a day that America started rebuilding. September 12th was a day the color didn't matter. September 12th was a day that your religion did not matter if you were American. The only thing that mattered when it come to race and religion then was taking care and taking out the terrorists that attacked us. And at the time, it didn't matter what religion or where they came from, as long as we dealt with them. But you know, America came together when we had a common enemy. And the problem now is our government has us so torn and divided between each other that we think each other is the enemy. I'm here to tell you, brothers, I'm not your enemy. And I don't consider you my enemy just because the government tells me I need to. I consider everybody as equal, as you know. I mean, I've said it many times. We need to. You get the respect you give. But we have a problem that here we are, September 12th, 20 years later, and instead of us thinking that we do have foreign threats, instead of us thinking that maybe our government, of course there's a lot of us think this, but we're sitting here worried about the left and the right. We're worried about the Democrats and the Republicans, and who's racist and who's not racist, and who's a bigot and who's dumb because they're liberal. The problem we have is we have a terrorist organization that's causing problems in our homeland right now. And we're too busy fighting with each other to even see it. We're too busy worrying about whose beliefs are better than the others, and so we're going to fight it out in the streets, or we're going to riot and protest because we don't agree with each other. Not because there's a real problem, not because that somebody actually did something to somebody else, but because we don't agree with somebody else. We have parts of our country right now being destroyed, and have been for 2 to 3 years now. In what? In the name of anti-fascism. You know, if America would come together and say, you know what, look, maybe I need to slow down. Maybe I need to look at the things that get fed to us. I've said multiple times, you have to do your own research. You can't take what the news tells you. You can't take what anybody tells you. You have to take things like, okay, if you hear something I say, and then you hear something, the news says, or another content creator, whatever, you take those things in multiple sources. You form your own opinion. Because there's no way that every single person has all the answers. There's no way that every person has all the details. But we don't need all the details. if we would come together. Because the worst thing they want, the worst thing this government wants, is to see us as Americans come together again like we did in 2001. Because here's the thing. The way America went after Osama bin Laden, because of the Twin Towers, why are we not standing up and fighting our homeland threat? Why are we letting an insider tear us apart from the inside out? And that's what's happening. We get away from things like 9/11 because time goes by, and we have a tendency to let what really happened that day and how America reacted after. We have a tendency, as time goes by, to get away from those things and forget about those things and forget the details to how things happened after. Without this flag right here behind me, we're nothing. Without that flag right there, and without keeping that flag flying, America turns into some other country. It turns into these countries that we always say we're so glad we don't live in, and that those people do their best to get out of. Today should be a day for America to step back and be like, yesterday was 9/11. We have nothing happen. Everybody woke up this morning healthy and safe. If you live here, you have the freedom today to get up, to go to church. Then you have the freedom to leave your church this morning and go, have dinner or whatever, lunch with your family, your friends. But here we are, killing each other in the streets, randomly attacking each other. Why? Because the government tells us we need to hate each other. Because we got a bunch of crooked, corrupt people telling us how to think, telling us how to live. It's I don't know, it's kind of, I woke up in a different mindset this morning. I woke up this morning thinking about it being a new day, thinking about, today would be a good day for the whole country to be like, hey, we do need to look at what's really happening. I mean, if people take a minute, take a minute. Wake up early. You come out, you look at the sunset. Sunrise. You come out, you enjoy things. Look at this. No, I don't live in a perfect place. I don't live in a mansion. And like most Americans, we get by the best we can every month. But one thing my family does, we wake up every morning and we know that we're going to be okay because of where we live. If we don't get a grip on our country and take it back, we're not going to have one. There's too many countries that have freedom, that those freedoms are being taken away from them very fastly. I don't even know if that's a word. It's early. As Americans, our thing is we stand up for our freedom. We stand up for our Constitution, which gives us our freedom. Our Constitution was put in place by our forefathers, by the founders of our country, and God. I really believe that we are supposed to live, 100% free, that we're not supposed to be put on earth and be told what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. It's time for Americans to start acting like Americans. The problem is America cannot see past what the government tells you to see past, or what, no, not just the government, what the media. I have this thing that, and it sounds like, oh yeah, there's no way, but I tell my kids all the time. They'll be like, hey, they'll ask me about these things. I do talk about this stuff a lot. My kids, I tell them, hey, I love everybody, man. I love everybody. I tell my kids, if someone treats you with respect, no matter what, you give respect back, as long as they're being respectful to you. It don't matter who they are, what they look like, how old they are, what color they are. If someone treats you with respect, you treat them with respect back. I also tell them, if someone disrespects you, don't you let them do it. If it's someone older than you, an adult, and they're disrespectful, or you feel as though they have been, you come talk to me about it, and then we'll see if it needs to be addressed. But most of the time, no matter what it is, you give respect. That's what you give respect to get respect. It doesn't matter who you are or what you look like, and that's what my kids believe. That's how my kids feel, because that's what we have taught them. Well, anyway, guys, this is kind of a sporadic talking point video, because I've just been up for a while and I was watching the sun come up. I was out here with my coffee. I was just thinking, look what's happening today. Up early, September 12th, watching the sun come up from my living room. So then I came outside, and it's a new day. Yeah, we still got some bullshit to deal with, but it's time to put mine and yours, the people's bullshit aside, and start to look at what's really happening, because we got some problems in this country, and it ain't me and you, brother. It's them. Well, anyway, well, I'll hold you guys later. I'm gonna get back in the house. It's actually kind of chilly out here. Stop today and think about it. Stop to think about it. When you look at another man today, and you're like trying to judge that guy because of what he looks like, or because of something you've heard about someone that looks like him, just take a step back and, you know what? I'm white, or I'm black. There's people think there's a lot of bad stuff gets thought about people that look like me too. Do I want to be the one? Do I want to be the one that confirms that stereotype? Because realistically, it really don't matter what color you are. If you're born in America, you're American. And we should act like Americans. And we should start standing up for what we know is right, what we feel is right, and what we believe is the correct way to live in America. Because one thing we're starting to forget is they can't tell us what to do. And they can't tell us how to live. And they can't tell us we're not free. This is a challenge for everybody. Today, September 12th, 2021. When you go out of your house today, don't be a piece of shit. Be an American. Just remember that we're all in this together, because no matter where you live and what you look like, when they come after me, they're coming after you too. And when they come after you, they're coming after me too. And everybody looks just like both of us, because they're not just coming after me or y'all. They're coming after Americans. That right there is number one. That's, if anything, that should bring us together, because just me and the people I'm with ain't gonna fight the government if they ever try to overstep, and they're already trying to overstep. And it's gonna take us all. And it's going to take us getting along to do that. And it's going to take us all standing up together as brothers and sisters, and white and black and whatever color you are, because it doesn't matter. Because when they come after you, they're coming after me too. Because when they start coming after the civilians, it doesn't matter where you are, who you are, what color you are, because when they come after one, they're coming after all of us. This is just an early morning rant. But anyway, I'll hurt you guys later. Go out today and be American. Don't be white. Don't be black. Be American. Remember that. When you go somewhere and you see that right there, that right there, and the men and women that lost their lives 20 years ago, the men and women that are still losing lives in these other countries standing up for that flag right there, remember that's why you're here. And that's what keeps us here. That's what it is. Americans, not blacks, not whites, Americans. But anyway, I'll hug you guys later. Please be sure to share the videos. Be sure to leave likes. Any activity you can get. Man, we've had comment after comment. The comments have been crazy lately. The likes on these last several videos has been awesome. Please be sure, leave likes, share them. Keep these videos rotating around social media as much as you can. Because videos like this, and like the guys that I'll follow and watch, it's what we need. We don't need videos on here we don't need people coming out today saying, oh, screw BLM. No, it ain't about that today. What today needs to be about is starting over like we did 20 years ago. Starting over together and fixing our country and taking our country back, because now our terrorists are home. And they all live right there in Washington, D.C. most of the time. Anyway, I'll holler at you guys later. Make sure you share the videos. Appreciate it, guys.